What's up, everyone? What's up, Justin? Welcome to. I just sent you the link, by the way. I know you were asking me for it. I just sent you the link to that to jump on. Welcome to Hoops Hobby Hangout for the 27th time. We are going to spend the next however much time talking about something that I think all of us can relate to, have an opinion on, maybe even like, I don't know, and that's refractors. So the the initial idea, I guess, was to everybody loves gold refractors. They're all super duper expensive as a result. And so our thought today was, there's so many other kinds of refractors that are great and beautiful and all that stuff. So why not show some love to all those other non-gold refractors that are out there and maybe don't get as much screen time or airtime around the hobby. So that's what we're trying to focus on today. If we would love for anybody who is here to join us. So of course, as always, we are streaming on YouTube. You can scan the QR code that's up there over Adam's beautiful face, or you could, I'll put the link in the chats. We are also on my Instagram, which is in parentheses next to my name, Sack Kings Cards. And we are going to hope to, share some cool cards, talk about some various refractors and different kinds of refractors and their appeal and all that stuff. And, hope that we can, oh yeah, I got you, Justin. Get you to join us in. And I know Justin's trying to join us in, so that the link is there in the chat via YouTube and now Instagram. So before we jump into all that, I know we're kind of packed here with everyone. I know we're five of us. So anyone have anything to update? Any life or hobby updates you got going on?
Yeah, I'll jump on in and kind of just jump off what you were just saying, Joey, as far as refractors. And I think you said it well as far as the gold piece. And I was thinking, with Chrome having been released recently, and I think Finest actually dropped the other day. I don't know if it's officially been sent out like the pre-orders, but I've seen some of the big breakers breaking in and previewing it. So that'd be a good time to kind of preview what might be some of the things might want to look for. And, gold refractors, I think, are maintaining popularity coming off the gold prism chase that we went through for the last 15 years. But prior to that, gold refractors were definitely a chase card, but they weren't the chase card. I think they were part, they were higher numbered and different. So I'm looking forward to this conversation. I'll give a quick hobby update. Obviously, I missed last week. I think you guys did great. That was a fun conversation. I really enjoyed having Dan join, mainly a baseball collector, but he's got a pretty good background in the unlicensed stuff. I really enjoyed that conversation you guys had. But I was out in your neck of the woods, Joey, in California. Flew into LAX, did a few days at Disney, then drove up to San Francisco for a few nights to go see the Celtics take on the Warriors at the Chase Center. And I got to say, Chase Center, I don't know, I think it opened 2 seasons ago. Man, it's nice being in a new stadium. No frills inside the stadium. I thought the outside, I think they did a really nice job building out the outside at Sprint. But you're walking through, you just know that stadium's clean. It's fresh. You can hear everything. Sightlines are awesome. Interestingly enough, the Celtics destroyed the Warriors, and the number of fans that came in after the Warriors were already down 20. There's definitely a large Johnny-come-lately to the game approach. But one interesting hobby connection that I had was I flew into LAX. We get off the plane after a almost 7-hour flight, and we're kind of standing outside the gate, sort of stretching our legs, getting our bearings together, kind of letting the kids walk around for a second before we go to baggage claim. And my wife taps me on the shoulder and she goes, I don't want to stereotype, but that woman is so tall behind you that I feel like she must be a WNBA player. And I turn around and there's a very eloquently dressed woman, like a black blazer, but you can clearly see under it, she's got a bright orange hoodie on underneath her blazer. And sure enough, it's 6'5" Lisa Leslie standing there about 10 feet from me, which was interestingly enough, the last card I bought before I left for a trip was a Lisa Leslie card. So this is Timeless Moments from Impeccable. It's highlighting the first ever in-game dunk of a WNBA game. So I got shipping notification while I was getting off the plane that my Lisa Leslie card had shipped, and she was literally right over my shoulder. I'm assuming she was either in town I know she was in town for the NBA All-Star game that weekend, but she also probably lives in LA because that's where she's from. So, fun little, I didn't bug her. You go into the airport, you're pretty miserable as it is. So I wasn't going to like run up and bug her or anything like that, but it was, just a nice introduction to LA, turn around, seeing a superstar like that. So that's my little hobby update.
A WNBA player, but kind of like the quintessential one, right? The iconic WNBA player.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm sure she would have felt like you brightened her day. You should have talked to her.
Again, I wouldn't. I mean, not that anybody would come bug me in the airport, but like you're there for, like you're at the gate, you're waiting for your flight. Like nobody wants to be bugged. You're standing in line for a coffee and you're right next to someone. It's one thing, but I'm not one to go up and fanboy on people when they're just trying to go about their day.
Did it look like anyone noticed her, was talking to her at all, or was she just?
No, but we were like, a plane was emptying, so like it was like chaos, right? Like they're about to load back up. Like the flight, they must have had a quick turnaround because the crew was on vacuuming up the seats before we even finished getting off the plane, and they said they were heading back east. So I think it was a quick turnover. It's kind of chaotic at the gate, but I mean, it was hard to miss. She's literally 6'5", and she looks every bit as eloquent in person as like a superstar would. Like she's very well put together and well dressed, and so it'd be hard to miss her, but it's also LA, like they say, right? You walk into the streets of LA and there's just celebrities around. So I don't know, maybe it's a little bit easier to hide amongst the crowds out there.
Yeah, I think one time at LAX, I think I must have I was driving through the LAX like terminals, and I think I must have seen, I think it was Russell Westbrook. I think I saw him like that. Yeah, as I was driving, I saw him at standing inside near the baggage claim and stuff, and I was like, "Oh, whoa, that's Russell! Like that's crazy."
My grandmother used to tell the coolest stories back when NBA players in the 70s and 80s would fly, commercial with everyone else, and just like planes would get grounded from Boston snow, and she'd be like in the airport, and like there's like Robert Parrish just walking by her, or there's Kevin McHale just hanging out at a gate because they would just fly commercial then. So. Definitely not something we're used to anymore with all these private jets.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, that's cool. So your trip was good overall?
Weather was horrible, but other than that, it was a good trip. It was a good mix of family time and exploring some cities. And like I said, I like going to see the Celtics and opposing. Like it gives you a reason to go to a city, right? Like I've done it with DC and New York. Eventually, I'll do the Orlando thing, but this is the first time out west to see them, and it was a very easy Celtics win. So it was nice to be in enemy territory as they sort of kind of controlled it from tip off to whistle.
Nice. Yeah, I saw you posted a braving Disneyland in the rain, which
did we lose Joey? Is he frozen? Is this awkward, or is that just me?
No,
I can hear him.
Okay.
Internet connection issues.
Okay. Well, I don't know what the situation is, but anyone else have anything to share?
I do have a pretty cool pickup. It's from Silhouette, the Panini Silhouette. So it's the champ tag of Gallinari. Nice. And this is the red parallel. I don't know if you can see it is 101 there. Of course, there was 2 other 101s, I believe, like the platinum hollow foil. And I think they had maybe 3 tags out of it. But anyway, I don't typically like the red foil, but I think it really works really well with the Atlanta jersey there. So I looked it up, and their one championship was in 1958. So if you get a champ tag with the Hawks, obviously it's not going to be the player that is depicted there. But yeah, that was a fun one. And he did win a EuroLeague championship last year, so it's kind of fitting.
The one time the Hawks got over the Celtics was 58 there. Bob Pettit led the way.
Yeah, exactly. And I got one more. And I think, Steve, you're probably the only one that's going to recognize this. Do you know Cracked magazine?
I absolutely do, yeah.
That's the first issue from
That's super cool.
Yeah, and so I got a better copy of this, actually, but this one was $20, so I couldn't pass it up. You can see it's kind of ripped up on the side here and stuff, but overall not terrible. And hey, I'll take it. That was for all the rest of you that are younger, that's the competitor of Mad magazine. So Cracked came out as probably, I don't know, 5 years after Mad kind of got popular, and it's, same kind of stuff, like satire, political satire, humor, all that good stuff. So
I liked it a lot. I honestly liked it a lot better, but it was all, you could always tell it was like a not as well funded as Mad Magazine. It always just seemed a little bit rough around the edges.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I've been going after stuff like that, just probably more so than cards recently, just because it's something new and something fun,
For sure.
Hey, Justin.
I feel like.
What's up, Justin?
What's up, Justin?
Not much.
Yeah, sorry about that. I just.
That's all right. Just leave me backstage forever. It's fine.
Yeah, sorry. I was just like a lot happening, so.
It's not a big deal.
Nice. How you doing?
Doing all right. Finally got a warm day today for me. 40s are cold.
I'm sure everyone across the country is jealous.
Yeah, I would be. If I were in your shoes. My buddy in New Jersey sent me a picture, and it was like, I don't know, ridiculous, like 4 feet of snow or something.
I know. I was like out last night in a t-shirt and pants and sandals, and I was like, oh, it must be so different being elsewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just came back from Florida, actually. Very warm, had a great time, and then less than 24 hours later, I'm shoveling 2 feet of snow in New York. Biggest snowstorm, I think, in like 15 years at least over here.
That's killer, dude. Like owning a home sucks enough, but to have to do that too, I mean, it just sucks.
And you guys got it all, because out here in Colorado, we've had like the lightest winter ever. It was like maybe 2 decent snowstorms, and you guys are getting feet. I was actually up snowboarding over the last couple of days, and they got the lifts open, but it's so warm that everything melts, and it kind of sucks. So maybe next year, we'll make up for it. But yeah, I think it all went your guys' way.
Lots of powder in the Northeast, yeah.
Awesome. Anyone else have anything to share?
So yeah, I'll just jump in real quick. I just came back from vacation myself, as I said, in Florida. So came back to a very normal, moderate, mail day. Nothing too crazy to report in terms of cards. I'll be posting throughout the week, of course, but just standard stuff. But I have to say this: I'm a Stony Brook fan. I've mentioned it once or twice. The big game versus Monmouth right before this, which we lost. All right, but our best player spit on a fan. Our best player.
Classy.
And we're about to go and do a huge game on Saturday, and pretty down on the dumps right now. He's probably going to get suspended.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
Yeah, I wonder, what's the length of suspension for spitting on a fan?
Not long enough.
Wasn't
That is, I'd rather get hit than get spit on. Like that is,
yeah,
that's vulgar.
Yeah, that's tough. Well, hopefully they pull through without him. Did you have a good trip?
Yeah, it was a good trip. I went to Miami one night and then spent time in Boca for the rest of it. But good to get into some warm weather for a little bit anyway.
Yeah, South Florida's not the best though. Boca's okay. Miami could do without that.
Is there like an Orlando-Miami rivalry and just geographically or whatever?
I don't know. It's a rivalry. I think it's just, and it depends on probably how long you've been here. I'm just not a fan of Miami. It's too busy for me. There's too much going on, more traffic.
No matter where you are in Florida, though, there's always a Sloan's somewhere. So that was good. Sloan's ice cream, for anyone who doesn't know what that is.
Oh.
It's incredible.
Yeah, it's like how I feel about LA, honestly.
Yeah,
city in the world.
Yeah, the one time I went to LA, my wife and I came out there, and we were supposed to spend like 3 days in LA and then go to San Diego and some other places. We spent like 1 day in LA, and we were like, let's leave early. We just got out of there. But
Adam, what's up with you?
Not a whole lot. I did get one basketball card in this week. Tom Chambers, soul of the game.
Nice.
Nothing too crazy, but it's one I didn't have.
Nice.
What's the numbering on that one, Adam? Looks like 16.
1 of 6.
Oh, wow. That's a short print for that set. Very cool.
Yeah, some of them are weird like that. They have a few that are pretty short printed.
Nice.
Nice.
And you don't wish. What about your Fanatics mail day that you ordered 3 weeks ago? That must be here soon, right?
Right. Maybe one day.
Cool. Yeah. I have a couple things that I'm not like quite at the point yet. Like a couple things coming in that I didn't quite make it in time to share today. And I'm and not quite yet ready to put up there. I did spend the weekend out in Visalia. I don't know if anyone knows where that is. Like 45 minutes south of Fresno. It's a farm town up south of Fresno. So we took our 3 kids and spent 4 hours in the car Friday night, 4 hours in the car Sunday night back to go visit our college friends. And we spent the weekend out there. Nothing hobby related, but it was a lot smoother taking the kids on a mini little road trip than I was expecting. So the night in the hotel was tough because, old kids don't want to shut up. Young kid starts crying and then you can't really blame him for not shutting up. So it's like, whatever. But anyway, so not much hobby related that I'm ready to quite share yet, but that was what we were up to this past weekend.
Can I put you on the spot, Joey? I'm just dying to know the update. What happened with the card hobby mail day, the pickup?
Oh yeah,
last week.
Oh my god!
2 weeks ago when I was on, you were going to have somebody pick them up at a show. Yes. And then you gave like the most concerning story post of like, I don't know where my cards are. Can someone go to the show and grab them for me? And then you went offline. Yeah.
So that's what part of what I'm not quite ready to share yet is. So just for some context. Yeah. So I had communicated with like a hobby friend I know, a baseball collector that's local to me. I was going to be at the show. I asked him if he could pick up my card hobby order. And then on Friday night, I sent him the pickup number and like my username so that he could pick it up. And then I didn't hear anything from him Friday night. Didn't hear anything from him Saturday morning, maybe Saturday around noon or something. I said, hey, could you just confirm for me that you're picking this up? And then again, nothing. He gave me nothing. So when I posted a story looking for someone else who's out there to pick up the order for me. And again, I guess it was pretty ambiguous. It was kind of cryptic. And when it was your message that made me realize, oh, maybe I should have been more specific. I actually didn't even know at the time. Had he picked up the order and just ghosted me and then run off with my cards? That hadn't even occurred to me till you mentioned it. And so I was just assuming that.
So naive.
Yeah, I know I am so naive. So that didn't even occur to me. It wasn't. I was just assuming that he, for one reason or another, didn't get around to it or just whatever, got busy. Turned out that apparently the internet at the show was awful on the first day. And then he didn't have any signal. So he just didn't see the stuff that came in. So he was there Friday night. He was there Saturday. He didn't get a chance to, he couldn't contact me. And so thankfully, somebody else who apparently did have internet somehow, I have to check his handle because he was super generous in picking up the cards for me. He's a dealer based in San Diego. He goes by Kyle Sports Cards. So his name is Kyle. He goes by Kyle Sports Cards from San Diego. He reached out. He picked up the cards for me. He lives down in San Diego. My childhood best friend, who I'm still very close with, lives down in San Diego. Picked up the cards for me. I just am going to see him this weekend. So I don't have them in hand yet. So that's one of the things where I'm like, I don't quite have that yet to share. But yeah, so that's what I'm excited for because there's a lot of cards I was excited to add that are in that package.
Very cool. All right, so clean ending, happy ending. We're good. The cards are on their way. They didn't just disappear into the
yeah. I totally that fell off my radar when you mentioned that. Yeah. So hopefully those will end well, and then hopefully I'll have a lot to share next week. Although I guess I just shared a lot right now, so we'll see. To kind of shift over to our topic of the week on refractors, I guess a place that I actually thought might be a good place to start is I don't know if anyone noticed, when I was doing the little thumbnail or whatever for the live stream, I picked up random refractors off of like random pages, and they were all Topps refractors. And I was actually thinking, I wonder if I should put some Prism like or Panini like Prism parallels, or whether that's Select or Prism. And Justin's shaking his head, and I wasn't sure. So I was wondering, like, when we think of refractors, do we group and lump the Panini Prism parallels and silvers and things, or do we exclusively reserve that for Topps?
I think when you say refractors, you've got to exclude. At least I did. I didn't. I picked out a stack of refractors, and I grabbed nothing. So there's nothing after 2009-10. The stack. That's my take on it.
I think the term refractor is so synonymous with Topps and Panini. It's probably part of their branding, right? They probably have copyrights on it or whatever. And I think totally. When I same to Justin, and I can make comparison and contrasts about what I like about a refractor and reference some of the Panini stuff. So like for instance, all my Topps binders. So like I have binders with refractors from when they came out in 93, 94, all the way up to 09. I almost have zero, I'll call it textured or design refractors. So I have a couple of atomic refractors, but I actually don't like XFractors or anything like that. I like just a clean, shiny card. Whereas for some reason with Panini stuff, maybe because they've beaten me to death with parallels, and I've just picked out a few I like. I like some of their cracked ice stuff, some of the pulsar stuff, some of the white sparkle stuff. So, I can, but to me, they're two very different. A refractor is a refractor from Topps, and Panini has the prisms and the silvers and stuff. And they're all chromium style cards, but I'd agree with Justin. I think, when I think refractor, I think specifically the Topps era. And I think, it's probably a good time to talk about some of that stuff with Finest, like I said, dropping this week, and Chrome. And Adam, correct me if I say this wrong, Chrome Sapphire, I think, is the higher end version of Chrome that also came out recently, right?
That's correct.
Yep.
Yeah. So, yeah, I was thinking Topps lineage for sure.
I personally think the refractor terminology is definitely a Topps thing, but I'd kind of put the Prism stuff or any kind of shiny color-based parallel into the same kind of pool. I wouldn't call it a refractor, but for the sake of this conversation, I thought it was kind of one and the same.
Yeah, I think it's a little fluid. Obviously, refractors, I guess by definition, are Topps. But, I think when you mentioned all these different colors, I didn't think Topps had all those different colors for a lot of sets back then. Right, Joey?
They do now. Yeah, not back then, but they do now.
Now they do. So is that what you were referring to, like the upcoming sets?
Or no, I was just saying in general. And I think in the mid 2000s in Finest, they started to get to the blues.
Oh yeah, they cranked it up to 19, 20, 25 card rainbows and started doing, you could get a red refractor, a red XFractor, a red one of one superfractor. There was a year they had multiple superfractors in different colors. You don't let Topps off the hook. They never had any animal prints back then, but they definitely knew how to up the printing presses for sure. By the time I'd say 05 rolled around, they really started to crank it up.
So aside from the potential naming rights, like you were mentioning, and I think you're right. I think the Topps refractors are copyrighted or whatever, but in terms of the actual technology and look, they're the same, right? I mean, I'm not tripping out. It's a silver is a refractor, right? In terms of what it is.
Yeah, I mean, I can't say exactly what chemicals they use or whatever, but yeah, they are. Yeah, they're a shiny chromium style card. Yeah, that refracts light.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so you guys have any? I guess where's a good place to start? I'm sure a lot of you picked out cards. Do you want to share specific favorites, specific years, specific types that you like?
I could start with 90s if you want.
Yeah, I was gonna say let's go to Ryan and Justin, who are gonna have some 90s, and then I know Adam has some early 2000s. So let's just look at some cards and we can share some commentary on them.
Yeah. I don't want to monopolize time in any way. I've got a stack going from probably mid 90s to 2009-10. It's not a huge stack though, but it's got a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Before you guys go into it, let me throw a question while you guys are talking. I'd love to hear your take on whether or not hulked out cards stay in your PC. So what I mean by that is prior to 98, 99, whatever they were using for the technology, the cards turned green, right? And depending on the like a D Brown card from 93, 94 doesn't look as bad as a Larry Bird card, and skin tone plays a part into it, the background they used. I personally have sold all of my early 90s refractors that got hulked out on me. I don't like the look of them, and they have value to them. So as you guys are talking about some of the earlies, I'd be interested to hear your thoughts on both peeling it, because that's controversial if you peel the peel, but also the greening factor and how that plays a part in your collecting. And then now I'll be quiet.
I can address. So as far as the hulking, I have cards that are hulked. I don't like them. I'm not a big fan of 93, 94 Topps Finest refractors. I know they're the kind of the originator, and they really do have a good shine. The problem is the greening. It looks horrific, and they sell really well too. I think a lot of people put that set together, but I think they look awful. And I've got them in my PC, but I wouldn't really bring any. I've got a couple cards from years that will hulk here, just 4 really. But you'll notice that the ones I have are not really too hulked. So some examples.
If you want to zoom in on me, I'll show a card while Justin talks, as he was talking about the original set. So this is just so people have reference if they're not familiar with it. It's a very 90s set, almost like they're breaking through brick walls at times, and you can see on D's arms and his legs the hulking there. So that's the set that Justin's talking right there, just in case anybody can. I'm assuming everybody can picture it, but just in case you can't.
Yeah, they've got a brilliant refractor shine on them. Honestly, they look excellent in good light, but the graining is just gross, and I don't want to look at it. So here's an example. It's slightly hulked. It's not too bad. The thing that sort of saves this card for me is the background. I don't know if it's supposed to be the sky or something like that, and my lighting is probably not too conducive. But
it's a fun set.
Yeah, they look really good in hand. And again, it's got some greening, but it's not as bad, and the color scheme sort of saves it. Some others I like, and that was a Topps Mystery Finest. Some others I like from the greening era, and this also goes to another one of your questions. This is like the refractor actually has sort of a mosaic look to it on these. So here's like Horace Grant and Penny, and this also goes to another one of your questions, which is peel or no peel. You'll notice one is peeled and one's not. And again, these have minimal hulking, but for almost my entire card collecting life, I was a no peel guy. Within the past couple of years, I've gone to team peel. I think they look better, and I just enjoy them more. The only other potential hulking card I brought is sort of the originator of Topps Chrome. It's the Topps Chrome 96-97 refractor. Here's a Nick Anderson with minimal hulking. It probably looks a little more hulked on screen, I think, than it actually is. But I like these. They have a lot of surface issues besides the hulking too. If you've ever really looked at them, a lot of them have a kind of a gritty look to them. If you really look at them, but and then this is a really nice early refractor set that I like. And you're going to get inundated with Magic cards. That's what I collect. But those are probably the earliest ones I brought. So I'll open the floor for you guys with your early stuff.
Yeah, those are cool. What was that last one you showed? What year was that? Is that 95?
I think it's
later than that.
Yeah, I think it's 97.
That was 97, 98.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And they have a border, and they're bordered and borderless.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, but they're real nice looking refractors, and they're honestly pretty affordable. So I'd recommend that set if anybody's looking into a cheaper early refractor set.
Yeah. Well, I brought some atomic refractors out. So that's your 96, 97 Bowman's Best atomic refractor. Yeah, and these are non-numbered. So it is, Kobe's rookie season. So obviously the Kobe's crazy. But other just players that you could find are not really that bad in this set, especially being non-numbered. So I figured I'd start with that. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I do my team set, so that's one of the ones I've done. I just pulled one out.
It's interesting with that atomic design you showed, Ryan. Sorry to cut you off because they kind of changed it over the years where like 98, 99 was more of a cracked ice. And that, I feel like that style of atomic refractor is really something that hasn't been replicated as much. It's almost like cubic, but like cubic meets galactic type of design. I really liked those ones.
I got the 98 and 99 coming up.
It's funny. I'll let you continue. I don't want to interject, but like I was sitting here with my color refractors, some tops, mostly Panini, foils, whatever you want to call them. But like I was thinking like, oh, they're talking 90s. I need to get one of those 96, 97 atomic Bowman Bests, and you whipped it out.
Yeah.
I didn't want to go get it, but I'm like, that's exactly what I was thinking about before you pulled that out.
Yeah. And, we're talking about affordable cards. I mean, I don't know if you can still find them much anymore, but they're not like super expensive. So jump on ComC or something. So
yeah, why is that? Is that just because they're not rare? Like, because
it's just because it's not numbered. So I think people get hung up on numbering when they buy, for quote unquote investment or whatever they're doing, resell or flip or whatever. And the fact that those, like outside the Kobe, I mean, obviously the Kobe is going to be expensive. Iverson, the top players, but outside of that, I don't think they're desirable because you could have sets like probably this next one on a show, which are serial numbered, and even scrub players or whatever are still going for a lot just because it has that numbering, and that's what people attracts people. So this one is 97 finest embossed refractor McDice. So these and this is definitely a Hulk year and a Hulk set, and I actually really wanted this one because it's not hulked. So maybe just slightly, but as you can see, like it's fairly non-greened.
Yeah, the color.
So this one is serial numbered, and it's out of 74. So I believe all these embossed ones were. And the cool thing about these too is you can get the embossed version of this as a refractor, and they're really not that much money. And they still look just as cool. I love the embossing on these. It just really makes it jump out. It's like a technology I wish they would come back with, to be honest.
There's something there's something so nice about having the refractor on the back also.
Oh, yeah, you're right. It does have that atomic design on the back as well. Yeah, thanks for pointing that out.
I don't even know if I've seen like that.
That's probably the least green out of 74 I've ever seen. Most of them are.
I was in the same thing.
Yeah.
I really like those. What you see are hulked beyond belief.
Duncan's in that set, right? I feel like Duncan gets like completely lime green.
Oh, I've looked at several copies. They're all terrible.
Yeah. I got to say, I'm really not a die cut guy at all, but the brick layering and that die cut, it fits so perfectly. Yeah. It's not like a rough cut. Man, that looks nice.
Yeah, when somebody offered that to me, so I wasn't even searching for it because I passed on so many of those just because they were super hulked up. And he's like, "Oh, you're interested in this?" And I'm like, "Is it really? Did you edit that? Is it really not hulked up?" So here's Steve's what he was talking about for 98 and 99 Bowman's Best. This is like the cracked ice design for those of you listening on the audio. Or these are cool, and these were serial numbers as well. These were out of 100. So that's the LaFrenz.
Ryan, I'll tag on just because I brought one too, and I questioned whether I should bring it because while we said no gold, it's technically not a gold, but it's
it's some of the backgrounds, they were.
Yeah, these are amazing looking for anybody who doesn't have one, or I really recommend picking one up.
Yeah, and they're not. I don't know. There you go.
Yeah, Adam's gonna have a team.
Elijah one, nice.
Yeah, making the rounds.
Can I play along too? Yeah, here we go.
Yeah,
this is the Paul Pierce rookie out of 100, but I also have his Bowman's Best insert out of 50. So
very sharp.
Fun pairing there. And so what they did, and I forget, like they had some really cool numbering back then too. So they like coincided. So like the base refractors for the rookies were out of 400. The atomics were always out of 100. And then the insert refractor was always out of 200. And then out of 50 for the atomics. So the same ratio of a quarter of the print run. Fun little set there. Cool. I really like 98, 99 Bowman's Best.
Yeah. So that kind of covers like the beginning of kind of the stuff that I like from that time period. I don't know if you guys want to keep going with 90s because I was going to jump to early 2000s.
Yeah, let's. So I guess
going.
I'm pretty lame with my refractors that I like. I like just I'm pretty simple. I like a base refractor, a black, a white. But so starting in 99, 2000, we started to get die cut refractors. We started to get the golds. 01, 02, the black shows up. So wondering, Adam, Justin, Ryan, what you guys like for your refractors, what colors maybe call to you, what designs?
Yeah.
Yes.
2001, right? Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
0102.
Yeah. I also
these were the first blacks
out of 50.
Yeah. So that's probably one of my favorite McDice cards. I just love the photo on it of him going up for the dunk there.
Very sought after set. It took me years and years and years to find a Paul Pierce. That's it.
You know, I PC Darryl Armstrong, so quite a bit of that in the early. I've got the same black refractor. It did take me a long time to find as well.
And Adam, you were holding. Oh, sorry. I just wanted. Adam was holding up a card too. Sorry to interrupt you. But from my favorite year of Finest a little bit earlier, what were you? Was that a Dirk you were holding up there?
The blacks, the non-protected refractors.
Oh
yeah.
The
refractor on the front and back. Yep.
It's one of my favorites. I like those a lot.
Such an oddball set too. The only year they did it. So for the people that don't know, every Finest refractor that year had the peel on it, the protective peel. They actually made a short parallel called No Protector, which did not come with a peel on it. So it's just loose, raw dogging it in the pack. But to distinguish them, they also put the refractor finish on the back of the cards, which they're the only cards in the entire set that have the refractor finish on the back, minus the box toppers. So I agree with you, Adam. Such an obscure sort of short print, and there's a great rookie class. So nice card.
You actually turn those.
Got the Pierce and Dirk.
Yeah. I was saying, Steve, you turned me on to those, and I'm almost done with the Nuggets run of those.
They're tough to find, and they're tough to find. You can get steals on them because people don't know what they are, but you've got to really shopping online for those is tough.
That's the problem with it, is you have an eBay save search for No Protector, but nobody knows that it's a No Protector. Right. So they rarely come up in that search, and you're digging through the second photo. Oh, wait, is it?
Trying to see if the light happens to hit to show some real refracting. Yeah.
Exactly.
I bought that Dirk at the National from Dave and Adams, and they didn't even have it priced as if it was a No Protector.
Perfect.
They assumed it was just a regular refractor. They're like twice as much money, I think.
Oh, good. Easily.
Yep.
Before we get too far into the 2000s, we were talking about atomic refractors, and this is one I struggled with whether I should bring. It was the 2001, which is sort of a gold card. No, it's just an atomic refractor, which if you haven't seen these before, they're really nice looking. They have sort of a gold outline that goes around the player and fills in all the lines. Again, not technically a gold card, but they're numbered out of 100 as well. Beautiful cards.
Yeah, and it's kind of like that cracked ice design. That's
just the base
more minimally
shown for comparison.
Yeah, those are cool.
That stuck out to me too because I have a Vlade. It's so much less. It's so much more subtle.
It's an ugly refractor. I hate it.
Yeah,
it is.
That's a nice body.
Cool.
So who's going to take us to the next one?
I've got white refractors. I know, Steve, you're a fan of these. This is this 04, 05 or this is 02, 03, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, sorry, I jumped way ahead. But yeah, that first white refractors out of Topps Chrome.
Yeah.
These were numbered out of 299 or something like that, I believe.
240.
At the other sort of the bookend of the white refractors is 07, 08. They didn't have golds this year, so the shortest kind of chase refractors of the whites. And I know my cameras, so these have pretty good shine to them. I love a white refractor. I think it's just the white and blacks are my favorite. I think I'm not a huge team color match fan. I like sort of just the more neutral. I have very few. I would here. I'll show you. Let me just
While Steve's
right now.
While Steve's doing that, because if you let me talk, which
No,
I'll do
we're
all
not
night.
going to.
I can take you through every year of refractor. So here's
There we go.
black and white for that 0203 Daryl. The black's out of 99. The
Nice.
like you said, is out of 249. And then I've got, because I'm an obsessive Magic fan. There's the same for Tracy McGrady.
Yeah.
So.
Very
It's
cool.
a nice McGrady shot.
So what I was going to say about team color match, and I know this is a different, like, I just think a black border or a white border just looks good for every player, right? Like, it's never going to clash. And I would much rather, like, this is a lot of Celtics fans would prioritize the green here because it's team color match. It's a little bit easier to get because it's out of 199 versus 99. But 10 times out of 10, give me the white refractor or the black refractor over the team color match. I'm not a huge fan of, I think they actually kind of sometimes clash a little bit because the green's not the same as the uniform. And I don't know, I would just much rather have the consistency. Like, it doesn't matter if they're wearing an alternative jersey or whatever. It's like the black and white board is always look good. And I think the refractor quality, like the whites always seem a little bit shinier. Like, I just think they pop a little bit more. So, like I said, I'm kind of boring. I don't like the busy stuff. I like sort of just the basics.
We had talked when we were talking Mosaic with 2019, 2020 Mosaic. I think it was universal. We all like the whites the best.
Yeah.
So I
Was out of 25.
I like silver. Like, I like the base or the whites best as well, just because they're cleaner, like you said, and the shine is usually stronger. I mean, it depends year to year, but I feel like they're usually stronger.
Even the whites this year, like the white, actually, Joey sent me a Jonas Valanciunas Kings white. Gorgeous card. It looked like it was like from the spaceship in the New Hope.
Yeah.
Like it was real sharp.
Yeah, I think white mosaics are a really, really pretty card for sure. But you love the color matches, right, Tim? So do you want to sell us on the color match thing?
Yeah, I guess I'm in the minority here. That's okay. I'm in the minority with a lot of things in the basketball card community. Not a binder guy. I peel everything.
Oh yeah,
And
I love peel guy too. Peel it all.
Oh, sorry guys, but that's my in terms of this pile I have here, a little pile. I'll try to go through kind of quick, but I do love my color matches. I'm a player collector, and I collect probably 2,000 players or something like that. So not just 10 or my team. I kind of go hard, but within reason, budget wise. Here's one of the earlier ones. I have 2,000 Bowman best performers blue Kevin Garnett out of 400.
Very nice. That was blue. So was the theme of that blue, or is that a specific parallel for all that it's a blue refractor? Like, does everybody in the set have a
blue refractor out of 400? But the base is not like this, I don't think.
Okay. Yeah, it's very nice.
Yeah, but I love when you match the uniforms or maybe the opposite color. Like if it's the Knicks, it can be orange or blue. I just kind of like that, or whatever team I'm dealing with. Then the rest of my cards here, also color matches as well. Gold is typically out of my reach, so I try to stay in my color matching, kind of range. These are in the last 15 years or so. Should I hold off, or should I jump into more modern, not refractors, but color matches in somewhat?
Yeah, I think jump in. We could always go back, but I feel like it fits with the team color.
I'll go with the oldest ones I have here first. So I'm a big Nets fan, and I actually think it's a very affordable set. You can find a ton of color matches and totally certified, and some really good photos too.
Yeah.
Anthony Morrow is a really niche Nets player. Really, really good three-point shooter. Hit some really clutch shots and some really fun games before they kind of took off, before they went to Brooklyn. But I love the red here. The red Nets jerseys were beautiful, I thought. So this is a fun one.
Is that 2010?
2010-11. Yeah. Very affordable set.
The next PMGs, right?
Yeah. And then I did really adore some of the earlier Prism color matches. I think this is 14-15. Steve, this one Celtics here. Jeff Green, he had a nice little run during those later Celtics kind of mini dynasty not Dynasty, but you know what I mean. Mini run with Pierce and Garnett, that era. I thought he really picked it up towards the end of those guys' run. But I think that the design in general, this prism is so beautiful. But the green on the green is just amazing for me. And then I have Marc Gasol as well. I just think the shots on these cards are so beautiful, but to see it with matching colors is really nice for me.
Yeah, those ones jump out at me. I think I do like those. I don't know if it's because of the color fill all the way in the back, but
that's Jeff Green, Nuggets champ.
Yes, Uncle Jeff, right?
Uncle Jeff. Yep.
And then I just have 3 more here. I'll be quick. I have what is this 2021 Panini Optic. I love the Pulsar in general, but this is a green of Jaden McDaniels, one of my favorite modern players. Boy, has he really blossomed in the last couple of years. You know, kind of just a defense guy coming out, and he's some games putting up 20 plus and a real good 3-point shooter. He's guarding the best player, but I do enjoy this design with the Pulsar. That's something Panini I think does well. The Pulsar kind of I don't know, ovals, circles you would call them.
Yeah,
very reminiscent of atomic refractors. Actually, some of the old school, atomic refractors with that.
Like the early like 93 to 95 ish or so.
Yeah, I mean, kind of like this one in a way.
Oh, okay.
Not quite the same, but the same idea.
Right.
Yeah, I guess that one, similar, like cubic versus like circular kind of thing.
Yeah.
But then the last design I have 2 cards. These are some of my favorite cards. I think these are last year or maybe 2 years ago. But I think these are NBA Hoops premium stock refractors for City Edition. I thought these are super beautiful. Like, I don't know if anyone watched the Batman animated series in the 90s, but that's pretty with the color. And I have James Harden here. It's almost like the city looks like the Batman animated series, the animated series Gotham in the background.
Are those the same effect? Or those look different, right? Like the Banchero is like a ray wave-ish.
Oh, maybe. Not all right. This is out of 99. This is out of 88. So this looks like circular. I forget the word, but these are like circles. Scope, that might be it. Yeah, and then this is the wave. Paolo is the wave.
Yeah, I am a big fan of the City Edition cards. I didn't know they had them in premium stock with those kind of refractors. That's very cool.
Yeah, I do like the premium stock cards, and it tended. We're all pissed with Topps, taking so long to get players in new uniforms. But a lot of the later sets that Panini had in the year actually had, I almost feel like, better designs and more players in the uniforms, and they kind of go under the radar. A lot of people like buy a lot in the beginning of the year and then kind of skip some of the later sets. But premium stock had some real nice refractors, I thought.
Yeah, those are awesome. I think you represented team colors pretty well. Good job.
Thanks.
So Joey, can I highlight this real quick?
Yeah, please do. There was a lot go through the whole chat and highlight what you like.
Yeah, we'll go back to some of the Peel talk too, because I like that. But DC Aaron 32 talks about 0506 encased blue XFractors, which I do really like. A lot of people do not like those. I should have pulled one out. Adam, do you have one? Oh yeah, there you go. Justin's got one. Yeah.
Cool. I've got a little bit of everything. So
I know.
That's cool.
I knew we could count on you.
I really do like those. I've
beautiful Dwight.
2-3 off from a Nuggets team set, I think. But yeah, those are really cool.
Yeah.
I'm obviously
do you have a favorite Dwight
fan, but Kobe of that is one I would like to get. He's wearing the Minneapolis jersey.
Yeah, that is nice.
I
do you have a favorite Dwight, Justin?
I do have. I'm not sure if I stuck it in the stack. I really like this one. I don't know that it's my favorite, but it's one I really like. I'll pull it out here. It's 2005, 2006 black XFractor at a 9. Unlike Steve, I do like the loud like XFractors. I've got some of those. I know what probably would be my favorite Dwight if I had it. I don't have it, but I can show you. I'll skip around a little bit from what I was going to show. I had everything in like chronological order, but let me dig for it and I'll just skip ahead. Which is my favorite refractor card I was going to show. Here's like that blue XFractor. I also had the black Dwight.
Nice.
So I'll just skip ahead though. I mean, I've got a bunch of Dwights. I can show them all to you, but
Yeah.
I'll throw some
You
up
can
there
mess
real
with me.
fast while I get to it. So here's like the rookie black 2004 2005 Fractor.
Yeah.
That card is so great with that photo.
Yeah, I love dunking photos, and that's one thing I hate about. I mean, we could go on, but I can't stand Panini because all the photos are so simple, and I love action shots.
You and I both.
Oh,
Yeah.
twins.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, nice.
Love it.
That's such a cool action photo.
There's the Bowman XFractor rookie for Dwight. About a 150.
Name one of those. That's beautiful.
Yeah, nice. Then I've got the regular. This is like the XRC
Right.
Dwight rookie refractor from Topps Finest. It's actually like I think 0304.
Yeah, there were redemptions. So basically, the year before they'd have draft pick redemptions. So like number 1, number 2, and the redemption card was the same parallel. So like there would have been a redemption card printed as a silver refractor, a gold refractor, or a base. Super cool card. That was a fun set.
There's another Dwight rookie refractor, the black Topps Finest. That's out of 29. Then let's see. You know what? I'll just show you everything I got here real fast. Jameer XFractor. A lot of people love this set. Maybe you guys will get to it, but I didn't bring the blue. I wish I could.
Nice.
I have some. I just couldn't find them. The blue version of this, the 1952. 57 top style, or no, 52.
Yeah.
Sorry.
There we go. Zoom in on Adam real quick.
Yeah. There it is.
Oh, love that set.
Little call
That's
out
so
here.
cool on the mellow.
Maybe from Ryan. Thank you again.
Yeah, no worries, man.
Yeah, those are beautiful.
And Justin, not to sidetrack too much, but Dwight Howard is he's a great player, but I feel like he got a bad rap in the second half of his career, and he was on so many teams. So I feel like not a lot of people were collecting his cards, but the Hall of Fame ballots coming up for him. Are cards creeping up in price, or are his Magic cards, non-rookie Magic cards, still pretty affordable?
You'd be surprised if we're talking about Orlando. Are we talking about Orlando Magic cards generally, or like Dwight Howard generally?
Orlando Dwight Howard cards.
Okay, Orlando. Surprisingly, I think Dwight has a decent following, not just from his time in Orlando, but I think he has a lot of like Asian, like China followers because he played for, I think, Shanghai for a while and all that. So he's got a decent Asian market following. So his cards aren't what I'd call super affordable, at least from my perspective. And there's a weird, like, small, Magic collector base that really goes wild for all this stuff. But so it's not insane. It's not like your Kobe prices or something, but it's so I guess more affordable than most. But like there's a pristine refractor out of 50 with the crinkle cut that Steve and I have talked about before, and privately, but
hard to get those into the penny sleeve.
Oh yeah,
I'll tell you that. You have to take your time.
So I've made it, and then I'll stop talking for a while. I've made it to the one that if I had the Dwight, it would be my favorite. I'm missing Dwight. I have several other Magic players. I can't find the Dwight, which is the 2006-2007 XFractor out of 10. This is probably my favorite refractor card. Here's the Jameer. Got Jameer and Darko, maybe one or two others, but I'm missing Dwight and JJ Redick. to complete the team run. Like I said, out of 10, I think coincidental story, I'm pretty sure I have the logo man from this jersey on this card.
Oh, sweet.
That's kind of neat. That's another reason I like it. But this is my favorite out of 10. So, and you'll never see an XFractor, or at least I haven't seen any others numbered like that. They're numbered pretty high now, but I love
lowest numbered golds too that year. 0607. So those are tough to find.
Yeah, that is crazy.
I tried for the Nuggets XFractor set and just think I won because they just never pop up. So that's cool.
Yeah, the only gold I'm missing for 0607, because it's my favorite, is JJ Redick. The one I don't have.
Speaking real quick of XFractors, I know we're pissing Steve off, but 07, 08, I love those because 07, 08 did not have golds. So you got kind of your chase card is the XFractor. These are at a 50, so that's the Carmelo. And I know, Adam, you've got a couple, right? Did you? Yep.
Oh yeah, that Duncan. I love that
That's
picture from behind of the shot.
I also brought the Jameer.
Nice. Oh yeah,
nice.
Duncan 57.
Yeah.
There's the Jameer, and I brought the white and the base for comparison as well.
Oh,
Nice.
very well done. Yeah, and that set is one of those ones with the horizontal and vertical photos, right? So like we were talking about in the past. Yeah, and you were saying, Justin, how the XFractors are numbered much higher. I don't even think they're numbered anymore. I mean, I know in baseball, XFractors are completely unnumbered. I'm sure, I don't know if I haven't paid attention to the 25-26 Chrome basketball, but I imagine they're the same. They're the same configuration as baseball, where, you know, the golds are out of 50, XFractors are unnumbered, things like that.
Which is frustrating because when they first came out, they were always shorter printed than the refractors, and there was, you know, mid 2000s Topps was so inconsistent with their print runs. But like the year that Justin showed the out of 9, I believe every single iteration the XFractors printed 10 less than this, you know, its parallel color. So like the out of like the standard black refractors and out of 19 that year. I think gold is like out of 79 and or 89 and the XFractor be like 79. So there's some correlation there, but the XFractors were always like the harder chase cards. So to hear that they're just mass produced now is kind of frustrating. Like leave that to the silvers, you know, like give something that's still a chase card.
Yeah.
But that was something I wanted to kind of bring up, and I guess, like, I don't know if we should bring it up this late in the game, but it's, you look at a refractor or an XFractor from 2000 or 2004 or whatever, you know, yeah, they're probably numbered, although I think there were some years where the, you know, base refractors were out of 999 or maybe even unnumbered. They're still so coveted. Maybe they're not expensive, but people praise them. They, you know, people love them. And now I just feel like people treat them like the current refractors and XFractors. And some context is that, you know, I collect Guardians in baseball, so nobody likes them in baseball either. It's kind of like they're kind of just like trash. They're throwaway, like any unnumbered mass-produced parallel. And it's just so interesting seeing that dichotomy. And I know the rarity obviously contributes to that, but it's just such a, I don't know, it's a very interesting difference is all.
Well, when Topps and Panini both, you know, for baseball and basketball respectively, started to include multiple colors per pack, right, in their hobby packs, it just changed everything. And I loved how Justin started showing off his cards, because he's shown off a couple of atomics, but just base refractors. Because back then, you'd go to the hobby shop, you'd buy a pack of cards. You were flipping through trying to hold the pack in the sunlight to see if one refracted, right? Like they were chase cards, and the nostalgia still makes them chase cards. And they were probably, I mean, I don't know anybody that wants a Larry Bird 93, 94 refractor that can't get one, right? So it's not like they were super, super short printed. But back then, man, it felt like when you were paying $5 a pack and you weren't guaranteed one, and it's like a 200 card checklist, and there's only, you know, a handful of superstars, right? So I think nostalgia plays a lot, but they were also they were the chase cards back then. They're no longer the chase cards. The chase cards are now the on-card autos and the 101s, which, you know, that's probably a good thing too, right? So, but you're right, they are seen you pull a silver, and unless it's like the key rookie, it's considered a base card basically as far as value.
Yeah, even going into 97, 98, like 98, 99, you were only getting like 2 refractors a box.
Yeah.
So when you got the pack that got that, kid, spending at that.
But that's also how it was with 2012, 2013 Prism basketball. You got like 2 silvers a box, and the greens are retail only, and the greens are even harder to find. What is still chased after, like people would die to put together a 12, 13 silver Prism set, but you could put together a 24, 25 silver Prism set, and other than paying for the rookies, you could do it using pennies on Comp C, right? So I think you make a good point there, Justin, with the ratio of cards and what people are looking for, at the time the product was live.
Yeah, even 13, 14 silver, you were usually only getting a couple a box, like 2 a box. And I'm actually doing that set chase. And it's been difficult and expensive.
Yeah, the earlier Prism sets did a good job of that, but like lately, I'm defending the colors, but like it bothers me how there's a red version that's numbered and then a bunch of red versions that aren't numbered that kind of look similar. I think that's annoying, and I feel like silvers are really easy to get in almost every pack. You're going to get at least 1 silver of something, and I think that's and you want chase cards for kids who can't afford much, but also it's too much. They're overprinting all these non-numbered, colored, and silver cards for sure.
Yeah, and Aaron and Drew and Gary were kind of mentioning in the chat, and thanks, Ryan, I assume, for highlighting those. But I feel like that's a good opportunity, right? I mean, if you still like the look of refractors, I just think that, yes, you're right, the rarity isn't there anymore, and maybe that makes it less coveted. But if you like the look of those, like, that's a great opportunity. It's a great way to like you said, Steve, like chase those sets for pennies, because they don't look any worse. I mean, potentially they do, I guess. Like, photography is not as good. Maybe you don't like the designs as much, but if you like the designs, if you like the photography, hopefully Topps Chrome improves on the photography next year, or hopefully there were some years of Prism that you thought were really nice looking or whatever. I don't know. I think it's a good opportunity, and that's how I feel with like 24, 25 Donruss. I think it's super nice design, like really good foil usage, amazing photography. So, and I love the lasers. So, I mean, I haven't even started thinking about pursuing like a laser set there. I don't think that I would do that, but it's just why I'm all into them on the Kings.
I think the base refractors too are really nice for in-person autos.
Yeah.
That's another thing that, I use it for. It's a good idea to use it for.
I like what you said there, Joey, and on the positive. I will also say though, like I got in an Olympic card, so they did Topps Chrome Olympic, which I always pick up a few singles every time the Olympics come around. I just love the Olympics. It's a gold refractor. The shine on it is pathetic. Like, it's so, I think the quality isn't quite there. But on the positive, when we did our like postmortem to Panini, and we're talking about them exiting, one of the things that I did, I shared it here, was I put together a player run of every single one of Jason Tatum's base optic hollows. And other than his rookie and the rookie auto that I pulled myself, I bought most of them for like $2 on Comp C, but it still looks great. Like, it's a great way to kind of track the optic set, and it looks good in a binder. So there's still collectability in them for sure. There just isn't the value, but that's not a bad thing. If it's, I'm thinking someone like Tim who's, trying to get some nice looking cards to recognize a player's career. It's not necessarily about getting high value cards. So there's still a place for him, but it's a different landscape for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I would love at some point, I mean, I'm not buying any of this stuff. I would love to get someone, maybe after it's been out for a few weeks, maybe we can find someone to join us and give a breakdown of Topps Finest, that's been collecting it, and kind of talk about it a little bit, and we can do a little compare and contrast, because Finest has always been such a funky product. It's always unique designs, loud designs, and I'm interested to see what people are thinking about it.
Yeah, and it has looked really different in the past few years compared to, I mean, obviously the 90s had its style, the 2000s had its style, and then I feel like the early 2020s, like 2020, 2021, now through 2025, it looks totally different. And so I don't know if it's better or worse, but yeah, it's a different vibe. All right, anyone have anything else they want to share? Any thoughts? I mean, we could probably sit here and talk about refractors, like we barely talked about certain kinds of refractors, but there are some years we didn't talk about like anything Panini, very little. So thank you, Tim, for being the rep Panini today. But anything else anyone wants to put out there?
I did want to throw out one Panini set that I like quite a bit for the colored refractors or prisms, whatever you want to call it. Is Panini 1. The team color matches on those. I pulled a couple out. I like these a lot. They look fairly similar year after year, but they're ones I've always liked, and I always like encased cards too. So that's always been something that jumped out to me. This one's kind of hard to see on the camera, but it's blue.
So was that first one purple?
Purple, yeah. And then red.
Yeah, the
Like
one in
another
one card
purple.
looks so nice.
So, like, I really like these. These are ones I go for. I don't really chase Prism or Select or anything like that, but I always try to buy some of the color matches every year from Panini 1. That's the one newer set that I like.
Yeah, it's a good shout out.
I'll show you some of the last stuff I brought as the Magic moves to the Rockets. So the color match, I should have pulled these out, but this is like a good example. Like, I like the color match. They're usually good for Magic colors with the black, and you usually have a black, white, and blue, so I can usually color match pretty well.
Very sharp.
Or that. I actually saw a red pop up at Dwight, and I fell asleep and didn't get a bid on it recently. At the red out of 5, but all right. And then the last card I brought, because I stopped at 2009, 2010. There's one just for posterity, but I feel like I've done a real disservice to anybody listening to the audio because I'm mostly just showing pictures. But they're numbered out of 500, the 2009, 2010, but they're oddly difficult sometimes to find and expensive.
Well, they were just in Topps boxes back then. So Topps had Chrome as a subset back then in order to get everything out on time. So they are spread out across a lot more product. There were no Topps Chrome hobby boxes, so they're definitely a tougher chase.
Yeah, I want to say this card even a while back, like out of 500, I probably spent like $30 or $40 on that. So it was kind of ridiculous.
Do you feel like it shines more than some of the other ones? That thing looks like it's shining like crazy.
I don't know. I think it's about equal. It might just be the light for it. But I will say, another thing I pointed out earlier is like the imagery. I mean, look at that. Like that block grabbing the backboard. Like, you're not going to find a picture like that on Panini or even Topps today. So good.
So nice.
And,
That's incredible.
The poor Celtics guys down there just getting crushed.
We need to see the scoreboard.
Yeah.
Is that Paul Pierce? It might even be.
I think it's Paul Pierce.
Oh, that hope he didn't need a wheelchair in that one.
Mikey Moore.
Yeah, I saw that too. Former net great.
And King.
Net great.
Bit of a stretch, but in my heart, yeah, absolutely.
I mean, for the Nets, he probably is a great, I guess.
But and thanks for letting me. Sorry, go ahead.
Just some banter.
I just wanted to say thanks for letting me show off a bunch of Magic cards tonight. I know I've talked your ear off on them, but and thanks Drew said he follow my Instagram. I don't post a lot of Magic cards on my Instagram because I try to keep it just generally basketball, but this is my passion, these cards. So thanks for giving me a platform to kind of talk about this with you guys.
Yeah, man.
I like
Great
the color
cards.
matches. Even your color matching, man.
All right, guys. Well, yeah, thanks for sharing. And we're, so happy to be able to see that like huge team collection, and you spared everyone from seeing a bunch of Kings cards. So trust me, everyone's thankful. Go ahead, Tim.
I love the purple Kings color match cards. The purple is the only, what team can you color match other than the Kings? So like when I see those, I'm all over them. Like the DeRozan one that's coming out for Topps Finest, I have my eye on that.
Oh, nice. Yeah. All right. I'll have to keep an eye out for you too.
If we're talking about buying Kings cards, we're officially off the rails here. It's time to wrap up.
Oh yeah, it's time to go. All right, everyone. Thank you.
Be well, guys.
For hanging out. Such a pleasure to see all of your cool, awesome refractors and just learn about a bunch of stuff that I wasn't aware of. Thank you, everyone in the chat. Sorry we didn't get a chance to kind of like highlight everything. Obviously, refractors are such a huge topic. We hope you all have an awesome week, and we will see you all next week for another hangout. See you guys soon.
See you, everyone.